Good morning, everyone, and hello, and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's session is with our certified yoga instructor, Becca Impello. And Becca has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. We want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP is Alabama is committed to offering so many opportunities for people to stay engaged from your home. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your own home. All right, Becca, what do you have in store for us today?
Good morning, Margie. How are you?
I'm wonderful today, and how about you?
I'm good, and I thought for today we would do one of those good all-around practices, meaning we'll do a bit of something for the whole body, and kind of just make sure we move and use our whole body with good mindfulness. But we'll also do a little meditation at the end,
Okay.
centered around loving kindness, for all. It is the season, right? So we want to
Yes, it is.
participate in that sort of wishing blessings on all beings. So we'll do a little meditation type thing at the end.
Uh-huh.
It'll be centered around that for the season.
Oh, very good, very good. And everybody, don't forget, please remember to check with your physician before you begin any kind of exercise routine. All right, Becca, let's get started.
All right, very good. So I always do this practice using a chair just to make it more accessible to everybody out there who might want to join. That means I don't often, require us to get down onto the floor. Although if there's something that we're doing or something that you need for your body that involves getting down on the floor, you can by all means do so. But I just want to remind you that even though we're using a chair, there's lots of opportunities to increase the challenge to yourself and your body if you want to. And I'll be trying to remind you guys of that today in our practice. So taking any comfortable straight back chair, like from your kitchen or your dining room, preferably without any arms if possible. And let's just take a moment to sit tall. Make sure those feet are firmly on the ground. It could be in socks. I've got my socks on today because it's a little cold. It could be in shoes. It could be also barefoot. Going barefoot is a nice thing to do if you can tolerate it, right? All right, so sit up tall. Let your arms hang down by your sides. Start to bring your awareness into your breath, and you can even close your eyes if you want to for this part. We're going to do just a little bit of breathing to start. When you're ready, inhale and sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, bring the palms together down to the heart and gently drop that chin, bowing the head. And then sweep the arms out, lift the chin, try even to look up if possible as you take that deep breath in. Exhale, hands down to the heart, bow the head. Let's do that a couple more times. That breath can be in through the nose and out through the mouth if you'd like, or in and out through the nose. If it's hard for you to get those arms all the way overhead, then raise them up to the level that works for you. All of these movements can be made smaller, bigger, or just somehow different to fit what works in your body. Let's do 2 more of these big breaths with the arms. Last one. Now keeping those hands together in front of the heart. Go ahead and interlace the fingers and turn the palms forward if you can and just press out there. Go ahead and get a little more rounded in your upper back. Drop your chin towards your chest. Maybe roll to the back of the chair. And then straighten up, come up tall and reach those arms any amount up and overhead, stretching up towards the ceiling with the palms. And then release those arms down and circle out the wrists. They have some pops and creaks in there. Go the other way with your circling. And then let's open and close the hands a few times. Got this cold weather coming. It's already been a little cold this week and it's going to get worse. And it's just a good idea to make sure you get those joints moving. And maybe a little stiff and creaky as you start, but not moving them is going to make it worse. All right. So let's circle those shoulders next. Roll those shoulders forward, up towards your ears, and then pull them back and down towards your waist. Often there's some popping and creaking or snapping and crackling in here, all those tighter muscles on your upper back and around your shoulder blade. You'll be sort of moving, massaging them as you do this shoulder roll. One more time. All right, leave those shoulders down and turn the head right and left. Let's loosen up the neck. Again, make the movement that feels right for you. You don't have to force, don't want to push. Notice how you're feeling with the movements we make. That's part of being mindful with the practice. Next time your chin is over towards one shoulder, pause, drop that chin further down, and slowly bring it across the chest. Get to that other shoulder and pause, and then drop it back down and come back the way you came. And just let's trace that semicircle a couple more times across the chest. All right, next time that chin comes to the center, go ahead and lift it up. All right, let's warm up the legs a little bit. So we're going to start with actually the pelvis and the hips. And I want you just to shift your weight to one side and then roll forward. Shift your weight to the other side and roll back. So your whole torso, your whole upper body is moving. But try to focus your attention, your awareness on the pelvis, on the bottom of your seat there in the chair. And that rolling around from sitting bone to sitting bone, from side to side, from back to front. Again, movement can be big or small. Let's go the other direction a few times. Good. One or two more circles. Good, and then come back to center, sit up nice and tall. Let those hands slide towards your knees, maybe all the way to the fronts of them, and round your back gently. Drop your chin down, roll back towards the back of your buttocks, and then pull those hands towards your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades back, and sit up nice and tall. Roll to the fronts of your sitting bones, and then roll it back. Now, this movement can be made much smaller than I'm making it. And if you have any concerns about rounding your back, you could leave that part out and work with chest up and then coming back to sort of neutral. Let's do 3 more. Good. Last one. All right, now sit tall. Maybe hold on to the chair if you need a little more support, or let the arms hang down at your sides if you don't need that extra support. And one leg at a time, let's bend and straighten. Straightening the knee and slowly bending it, getting those knee joints loosened up a little bit. Good. Let's switch sides. So go to the other leg, straighten it, bend it. It's just simply the leg moving, foot forward as straight as you can get that knee, and then bend and pull it back. Good. Last one. Good. Now let's go to both feet. Lift up from your heels. So lift your heels up, come up onto your tiptoes, and then do the opposite. Lift the fronts of the feet. I'm not sure if you can see my feet with that banner on the screen there, but I'm just lifting my toes up and then picking up the heels and going back and forth on those feet. So we get the ankles warmed up a little bit, the muscles in that lower leg activated. Good. And then let's pick up one foot at a time. Circle that foot and ankle a few times. circle the other way. And then switch feet. Take the other foot up and circle. And go the other way. All right, and then come on down. All right, let's stand up and do a few things from standing. We'll still use the chair a good bit. So take the chair and place it so that you've got the seat of the chair, or turn, you may not have to move the chair, move yourself if you want, so that you can face the chair, and you can use the seat of the chair as a place to put your hands. Now this is a good example where you could get down on the floor, and you could be in hands and knees on the ground if you want to for this one. All right, we'll go to cat-cow to get our back a little more mobile. So this is especially good if you didn't feel comfortable rounding your back seated. This is a great place to get a nice rounded stretch as you push away from the chair and tuck your tail down. Go back and forth. It's a good idea to let your knees bend as you flatten your back. Good, 3 more. All right. Now let's just do a little strength work, a little balance work. You can bring the feet closer together here. Maybe keep your knees a little bit bent if your hamstrings are tight. All right, push into the chair. Let's lift one leg up. And then optional, see if you can lift the opposite hand up. Now it could rest on the top of your chair, or it can try to stay up in the air. Okay, so that's one way you can make this a little more challenging, is try not to touch the chair with that lifted hand. But if that's something that works for you to hold on to the chair, then you should do it. All right, and then bring that hand and that foot back down. Take the other leg up. And take the opposite arm out. Maybe hold on to the chair top. Good, and let's do that again. So opposite arm and leg. Try to really reach through that leg. Flex that foot, straighten the knee. And then take it down, switching one more time. Other leg up, opposite hand up. Maybe hold the chair. Remember, that's okay to do. Good, and then hand and knee down. Go ahead and make a few circles with your hips. So you're just gonna sort of shift the hips over to one side and then push back with them all the way around. Just make the size movement that feels right for you. And then go the other direction. Just pause and then start circling around the other way. All right, now let's bring the left leg closer to the chair and step the right foot back. Now you can step back a little ways, or you can step back a long ways, or anything in between. All right, option to leave the hands on the chair. This is great if your balance feels a little off today and you want more security, or you can come hands off the chair if you feel secure there. Hands can stay at the heart, or try reaching them overhead. Now let's energize those legs a bit. Push down into that back heel. Lift up from your belly, up towards your chest. Good. And then let's drop the hands down to the chair if they're not. And step the other foot forward. Take your time. Adjust the length of that stance where you want it, shorter or longer. Maybe come hands off the chair. Get your balance. Activate those legs. You reach the arms overhead if you want. Good. Feel strong here. Active legs. Lift up from the belly. Lift up to the chest. And then bring those hands back down again if they were up. This time, let's walk both feet back pretty far and press back with those hips. This is another one that could easily be done on the floor, hands on the floor. And it's downward dog either way, whether we do it on the chair or on the floor. All right, and then walk it in. Come on up to standing tall for a moment. Roll those shoulders back. All right, now we're going to take the left foot forward again and the right leg back. Again, you get to decide how far do you want to step. All right, and the right hand could go down on the seat of the chair while we pull back and open with the left, and then turn back to face the chair. So we're going to go in and out of this twist. Turn to the left and reach back. Turn back to the front and face the chair. Now, you do keep that right hand on the chair or pick that right hand up for a little more challenge. All right, so more challenging if you don't have that hand on the chair, just for your balance, for your strength. 2 more times. Pull into that twist. 1 more. Good, let's all put the hands down on the chair. Step it back to the downward dog again. Unless for some reason that's not great for you, in which case you can come up to standing. Then now let's bring the right foot forward with the left leg back. You decide how far. Left hand can be on the chair. As you pull back, turn to the right, and then return to face the chair. So remember, you can stay with that hand on the chair, give you a little more stability as you make that motion, or bring that left hand up if you want a little more challenge. Or maybe it's a lot more challenge. Good, 3 more. Good, 1 more. And then let's bring the hands back into the chair, both of them. Step back 1 more time for downward facing dog. Good. Now we're going to do plank pose. So those hands stay in the chair, or you could be down on the floor. Then you shift forward, get your body in a nice straight line, push away from the chair. Let's just hold this plank steady for a few breaths. Good. Try not to let any part of the body sink. So we want to be pushing everything away from the chair, away from the floor. Good. Walk those feet in, come up to standing tall, and roll those shoulders, maybe circle out those wrists. All right, we're going to do our plank again. I'm going to give you an option if you want to take it even to a little bit more challenge than where you are with the chair. So hands down on the seat, walk the feet back. Get that body into its nice straight line. Push away from the chair, push away from the floor. And if you want to, do a slow knee pull. 1 knee towards the belly or towards the chair, and then the other. Keep breathing steadily. This definitely will tend to warm you up. I'm wishing now I'd taken off my socks. Good. Last one. If you're doing those knee pulls, walk it forward with the feet. Come on back up to standing tall. All right, let's do a little bit of balance work. So go ahead and just get that chair, or you could get close to the wall, but get somewhere where you can touch as needed, right? So the touch there is both for safety and just to help you work with the pose, all right? You want to challenge yourself enough that you feel like you're wobbling, you feel like you're sort of falling out of that balance position a bit, all right? So let's shift the weight to one leg, take the other knee, turn that knee out so it points out to the side, and then pick up that foot and place it somewhere on the other leg. So maybe down close to the floor. You can even keep the big toes touching the ground if you want, or you can bring it up a little higher. Now try to squeeze the buttocks together, stand real strong on that standing leg. Make it as firm and active as you can. Staring at one spot will help. You can try and let go, maybe bring in your hands to the heart, but if you want to keep a fingertip touching your chair or your wall, that's perfectly fine. Remember, you're finding the right amount of challenge for you. Arms could also raise and go overhead. This is tree pose. Maybe you want to channel a Christmas tree. And one more breath here. Take those arms down, take the foot down. Go ahead and just walk in place a little bit. And let's shift the weight to the other leg. If you want to turn around so you can touch with the other hand, that's fine. And I go, oops, I'm doing the same leg. Do that other leg, turn the knee out. Stand tall, firm up those hips, sort of squeezing the hips in towards the midline. Feeling that standing leg get very active. Focal point for the eyes. Hands can come up to the heart. Maybe they reach out overhead. Focus and breathe. That will all help with balancing. One more breath here. Let the arms drop down. Take that foot down. And shake it out a little bit. All right, now let's turn to face the tall back of the chair. Step the left leg in and the right leg back just a little ways. Straighten that front knee. Lift up with your chest and then fold forward. You try to keep your spine nice and straight. Keep your knees pretty straight. We're taking this for a stretch of the hamstring. So it kind of helps us stretch the back of the leg, the one that's forward, the left leg. You can take it as far forward as you're comfortable taking, just listening to that stretch in the leg there. Go ahead and then bring it back up slowly. Step in. Take the other side now. So the right foot forward, the left leg back. Straighten those knees. Sit up, stand up nice and tall with the chest lifted. And then fold it forward. Again, stopping wherever you feel some stretch in the back of that right leg. Good. Slowly come up. Dip it back in. Let's turn around and sit back down. So you may have to turn your chair around depending on where you had it. Come on back to seated in the chair. Let's stretch the hips a little bit, the neck and shoulders a little bit, and then we'll do our loving kindness meditation. So for the hips, let's bring one ankle up to the opposite knee. If that's too far for your hip, cross that ankle below the knee, kind of on the shin. You may have to extend that bottom leg forward just a little bit. All right. Come up tall with the chest, wherever you have that leg crossed. You might have some room to lean the torso forward a bit. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to sense and feel the stretch that's happening there in that hip. Good, and then bring it back up tall, uncross, and go onto the other side. So crossing, remember it could be ankle at the knee, it could be ankle on the shin or down at the other ankle. You could even use a stool or a set of blocks or something to put your foot on instead of your own leg if that works for you in your space. And then when you're there, you can sit up tall and see if there's any room to lean forward. Pay attention to how it feels in that hip. Good. And then come on up, uncross. Lift the arms out and up, and then take them across the chest. One arm's on top of the other. Wrap those arms back as far as you can. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe drop your chin and gently round it forward. And then lift up, inhale, and open out. Bring the other arm across, our other arm on top as the arms come across. And just gently round forward, trying to stretch through that upper back and the backs and the sides of the shoulders. And then lift up, open those arms out, drop them down. Gently tilt that head towards one side and reach the opposite arm gently out and down. And release that hand to your lap, bring the head up, take the other hand out as you tilt the head away from it. And then gently bring it back up, hand to your lap. All right, settle in a little more comfortably to your chair, maybe scooting back if you want. So this loving kindness meditation, I'm going to say a line, and you're going to repeat it internally to yourself. Or since you're in your own space, you could say it out loud in your own space. But you're just going to listen, and then you're going to repeat to yourself, all right? So this is loving kindness for all, starting with ourselves. Place a hand on your heart if you'd like, or hold your hands together in prayer position, or let them stay on your lap. May I be happy, content, and fulfilled. May I be healed and whole. May I have whatever I need. May I be protected from harm and free from fear. May I enjoy inner peace and ease. May I be awakened, liberated, and free. May there be peace in this world and universe. Pause and just take a breath or two with the feeling of those words in your heart center. And then I'll read through them a second time, and this time we'll send those wishes out to all beings. If you have someone in particular in mind that's really in need of this loving kindness, you could hold them in your thoughts or say their name in these words if you'd like. May all beings be happy, content, and fulfilled. May all beings be healed and whole. May all have whatever they need. May all beings be protected from harm and free from fear. May all beings enjoy inner peace and ease. May all beings be awakened, liberated, and free. May there be peace in this world and universe. Let's take a few more breaths, again, holding those wishes for peace, for all in your heart. You can open your eyes, drop your hands. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks to AARP of Alabama for providing these sessions. And I hope all of you will have a peaceful and joyful holiday season coming up. Join us again on Tuesdays for Mindful Movement.
Thank you so very much, Becca. That was an exceptional session today. And we do wish for everyone a joyful and peaceful holiday season. Bye and see you next time. Have a great season.
Bye.
Bye.